Sup, y'all? It's me. It's your boy Asmongold, and I was gonna make a different video today, but something came up, some news came out, and I wanted to talk about this instead. And this isn't really a video that I needed to make, but to myself, it is. And I wanted to make this video and put it out there and share my thoughts and my feelings with you guys. So, Chris Metzen, who is the one of the vice presidents of Blizzard, he's been with the company for basically as long as the company has been a company. He's pretty much the guy that writes all the stories for the games. They're kind of like the creative director of pretty much all of the franchises from World of Warcraft, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, Diablo, StarCraft. Pretty much all of their big name franchises and games. Chris Metzen has been pretty much the guy, as far as I know, the guy in charge in terms of how the stories go. He did the voice acting for, I believe, Thrall and Raynor, and like, in a lot of ways, he's been kind of, in the voice in that way, but also the face of Blizzard. And, whenever I think of Blizzard, I think of Chris Metzen, which is why it came as a pretty big surprise today that he announced his retirement. And he's 43. Usually people don't retire that young, but he is lucky enough to do that. And I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about, just talk to you guys about that, I guess, because, sometimes, it's like things that you go through, like in life, like you go through and you do the same thing every day. You do the same thing every day, and you see the same people every day, and maybe not even people that you directly know, but people that you like see or you know of or something like that. And then all of a sudden, like one day, with really no warning or really anything like that, everything changes. And I've had that happen to me a number of times in my life. I've had like friends that I've known for, the better part of my life, just move away. And, it's like I'm happy for them, but it's definitely always a bittersweet experience. And, it's kind of the way that I feel about this. Obviously, like I'm really, really glad to see that he can do that. And I mean, I'm so thankful, honestly, guys. I really am, because whenever I think about it, I look back and some of my earliest memories were actually sitting downstairs with my mom whenever I was a little kid, like 6 or 7, and playing Warcraft 2. And I remember, like, back in the day, guys, before we had digital downloads or anything, you bought, like, the box, and it's like, imagine this is the Warcraft 2 box, okay, not Honey Buns, and inside it, you've, of course, got your CD-ROM and a bunch of other stuff, and it came with a little book, and in that little book, it had, of course, like, system requirements, what to do if this or that happens, but it also had a lot of different like stories and things that kind of created the game and brought the game to life for the player, right? And as a little kid, I remember going through those little books, and the Warcraft 2 book specifically, the Tides of Darkness, and I remember seeing all the pictures, and they said Metzen next to them. And back then, I didn't really know what that meant. I was like, why is every guy named Metzen, right? I had no fucking idea. And it's really kind of crazy to me that, this person, Chris Metzen, who's, basically created these games that I've grown up and played my whole life, is calling it a day. And, I mean, he's definitely fucking earned it. I mean, like, I grew up playing those games, and it was just really, really cool to see, like, everything evolve and change and everything like that. I remember back, I was in 5th or 6th grade. I remember I did the Calling of Stratholme whenever Arthas like kicks Uther out of like the Silver Hand and everything like that, in the Calling of Stratholme. I remember like we had a really bad laptop, and I was not really able to really watch the cinematic, but I could hear the audio, and that upset me so much, dude. I was upset about that for like 2 or 3 days. I remember going to school the next day and just like sitting there, just sad about what happened to Arthas. And at that point, I didn't know he was going to become the Lich King. I just felt like, like everything was going really well. Uther was like this great paladin, and it was just, it really, it was like probably the first time that any sort of a game really had any sort of effect on me. And, that was something that Chris Metzen was involved in. And, here I am, 15 or so years later, making videos about, in another form, that same game. And I've played that in one fashion or another for, as I said, the better part of my life. And so it's really kind of weird to see, Chris Metzen leaving Blizzard. I mean, it's something that I would never even imagine happening for, like, basically ever. I would never even imagine to see that happening. But to see that happen, it was just, it really kind of caught me by surprise. And I think that a lot of other people feel the same way. So I kind of wanted to share that with you guys and talk to you guys about kind of, I guess, like my experience with, I don't know, with what he's created. And I just really, I mean, I honestly, like, I'm so grateful. I mean, some people might say, oh, the Warcraft lore is dumb, or whatever else it is. And at the end of the day, at least to me, it doesn't really matter, because I grew up with that. That was part of my childhood, and he was a really big part of that. And so to see that, he's not going to be at Blizzard anymore, obviously it sucks, but I wish him all the best. And, I have nothing but gratitude and thanks, because, I mean, in a lot of ways he created, a lot of the stories that I grew up with and that I'm still, like, paying attention to and keeping up with and part of today. And I just really, really appreciate that. And it's been amazing. A lot of people have been asking me, what do I think is going to happen with Warcraft? As people are saying, oh, that's it, Warcraft's dead. It's very complex. It's not going to happen. There are plenty of other people that are involved, that were involved even then with the story. Just because he's the face of it doesn't mean that there's not a whole other body below. So I don't really think that anything is going to really change with the lore. Maybe we might see Thrall die soon, because Thrall, like, Chris Metzen voices Thrall, but I mean, who knows, right? All I really want to do today is talk to you guys about kind of my experience and what it's been for me. And so that's pretty much all I've got. And so I don't know, I'm curious to see, like, I wonder if anybody else has had the same experience that I have. I don't really know, or I have no idea, but to me it's definitely quite bittersweet. But to him, I wish him all the best of luck, and nothing else, or even more so, whatever you really want to say. More than anything, I want to say thanks, because the stories that he's created and been a part of has been a part of my life for most of my life, a lot of most of my life, and hopefully it will continue to be so with what he's kind of created, and we'll see where it goes. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'll have another video out tomorrow, of course, but I wanted to talk about this today, so I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later.